Fire from anywhere, as you just seen.
Lead trimmed into single digits. Paul George spots an entry to the rim, hit hard, counted and a foul, and send him to the line.
He's going to have to keep this up.
But this is who he was all of last year. Counted and a foul, and send him back to the line. Will be another month or so with a suspension. Oh no, Paul George, make us proud, bounces off the backboard. Montrezl Harrell does the rest.
Well, historically, he's always been a really good first half, first quarter player, so you got to do a good job on him early on.
Paul George continues to smolder, and I don't know what else you can say about him. Box rebounds the miss. But they really rely on him. Paul George, little stroll down the lane. JaMychal Green to Harkless. Harkless feed inside to Paul George, off balance, count it, and one. George with 15. Doncic into the paint, turns it over. Beverly and the Clippers have numbers if they push. To George, to the cup. Oh my! Look out below!
Beverly made a great rotation, stepped up to take the charge, and Morant went straight up and came straight down.
George for the lead, got it!
It's crazy. I don't even get surprised by it, though, anymore. Here's Paul George, down the lane, down the hatch, counted and a foul. In terms of points scored together, they've only gotten better. How about a turnover? Here comes Paul George. Oh, my! He covered a lot of ground from takeoff to touchdown.
Willis. George for three.
George and Leonard play catch late in the clock for Paul George. Crowd surrounding George, but he maintains the dribble. Creating space for three. 6 threes for Paul George.
Yeah. Connell may shoot more mid-range jump shots than anybody in the league.
George again, 7 threes. How about the handle? Cradles the ball to the rim, counted and a foul.
So that they cannot turn the corner and get that 10 to 12-foot jump shot.
George up, under, and in. Timeout, Minnesota. First rebound. Throws it away. George gets it back with Oubre debated. He flushes it in. And stares him down after the flush. Bridges did a pretty good job on Leonard in that game in late October. George gets below the dotted line, puts it up and in. Counted and a foul.
Here's George. Another three for George. And George. Paul George now with 6 3-pointers. Here's Westbrook. Oh, he's ejected by George.
You know, a couple years ago in Toronto, he really started shooting that three and shooting it well.
George, counted and a foul. Taken away by Danny Green, his former Raptor teammate. Kuzma gets inside, blocked by George. Knocked it off the backboard, and Patterson will have a dunk down the other end. Now a 7-point game. Paul George banks it home as the shot clock expired.
Can't let Marcus Morris Sr. get to the middle. Wow.
Wide open looks, he's going to start to warm up on you.
Clippers by a dozen. Great feed in from McLaughlin. Better block from Paul George. Number 4. Clippers looking for the lead. George to the rack. Reverse layup. Oh my! Reorganizes in mid-flight. Lays it up and in. Counted on a foul. George. Got it! George spins away from Drummond, gets the contact, counted on a foul, and give him one more on the house. Blocks, and he's only playing 18 minutes a night. Murray turns it over. He thought he was fouled. Paul George goes and finishes.
But Mike, he was so well coached at SMU. They were an excellent team in his career there. As Horford picks up his third.
Count it and one.
Do a 3-point shot.
Bradley short that time. Lou Williams racing up the floor. Finds George, steps back, another 3. Got it!
The Warriors are shooting 52% and they're down by 17. George is really feeling it. Another 3 ball.
First 3. Kawhi Leonard stops.
George, right corner three, got it. Ingram guarding George. George drills another three.
Three-point shooting has been astounding. 9 for 15 today.
Paul George answers with a triple.
Was second in the league in rebounding and is leading the league in block shots. This front line is as big and as good as any in the league.
Off the scramble, Paul George.
He must, they just, if you're his teammate, you must just love playing with him. Paul George now, that's back-to-back threes. All tied up as we approach 2 minutes left here in the third. Paul George over Plumlee, nails the three. Paul George finds room and the foul. Paul George has been terrific in the games that he's played so far down here in Orlando, shooting the ball extremely well. That continues. Paul George hesitated, now gets inside, goes right at Porzingis. Tough shot from Paul George. George, Green, Jackson, and Harrell. Oh, sweet move there from Paul George. Shot clock at 6. George, step back three. Bang! Paul George from downtown, and the Clippers take an 8-point lead.
37-foot dagger last year in Portland, and then Indiana the 2 years before that. George on the lob. They set up the first play for him, and Kawhi, a presence in the middle. Landry Shamet will find George. This feels like George is trying to put together a monster game right now, and all arrows pointing toward PG-13.
Wing, he'll be getting screened by Harrell, tails Kawhi, cross court to Morris, corner three, George, bucket. Zubats in the middle, Morris, Beverly the pass to George, who has scored well, leans inside, got the two, and a foul called. George now at 19.